Hello, everybody. All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. I am very excited to be talking about one of my favorite topics for personal development. I'm trying to see if I can close out some of my other um, things that are open so that we don't keep hearing all of my notifications. I thought that I did that and I apologize. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Well, you are going to hear my notifications and I apologize. Okay, so let's talk about personal development. By now, you have probably heard about personal development, probably from like all of the different areas. Good morning, everybody. And I mean, for good reason, because I feel like that is one of the things as a business owner, when you first get started, it's not something that you really expect to 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 focus on at all, because you just imagine, I'm going to build this business and I'm going to make money and it's going to be great. But as you guys know, along the way, you start to you start to grow on yourself as well. Grow yourself as well. And that is one of the things that I think business owners, when they are not aware that they have to put time in to themselves, that's where they get stuck. That's where that mental spiral can go downward real quick. And I know that all of us have experienced this at some point in our lives, maybe not in your business journey, but at some point in our lives. And so personal development is one of the tools that I believe we as business owners can utilize to our advantage. It's kind of like this secret weapon, if you will, for success. So let's see, it's been 4 or 5 years now that I learned about the Enneagram and decided that it was this amazing resource for myself. I thought, for those of you that are not aware of the Enneagram, it is a personal development tool, just like Myers-Briggs or the DISC assessment, colors, things like that. All of those are utilized to help you understand yourself better. And there are different tools for different things. Like, I believe that the DISC assessment helps you a little bit more in business type settings. But I mean, it does definitely give you an insight how you can interact and react in personal situations as well. But the Enneagram for me, is not the be all end all, but it is one of the personal development tools that I believe helps you to get a better insight, a deeper dive than some of the other tools out there. Now, I love all of the other tools. I just believe that the Enneagram helps you to dive in a little bit more. And you can go down the rabbit hole of knowledge with the Enneagram, and I did do that. It's just, to me, one of the tools that I believe can help you understand yourself, and how you view the world better. And why is that important for us as business owners? Now, not only will it help us in our personal lives, but as you know, there are lots of resources out there, and social media is an incredible tool for us to be able to market our businesses. But it is also a tool that a lot of people can get caught in that trap of comparison, because it's easy to see what other people are doing online, and we can make assumptions that may or may not be true based on what we see other people doing and how they're marketing their businesses. To us, maybe it seems like, wow, this comes easy. They know exactly what to do, how to show up. They're probably getting a lot of enrollments. And then we start telling ourselves that these stories that probably are not true, and we can talk ourselves out of being an incredible business owner by being exactly who we are. Now, I'll give you a little bit of my story. So I have been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. And I mean, I've had lots of random businesses, but the one that I had before Young Living was a professional photography business, and a lot of you in here that are going to watch this later or are watching now may have that same journey. And as a business owner, you can get really stuck right in like what you are good at, what you like to do, and maybe you fight the things that don't come naturally to you, such as like maybe graphics or copywriting. Those are just examples. And instead of saying, you know what, maybe this is just a skill that I need to work on, you maybe tell yourself, I'm just not good at that. And that could be insert whatever you want there. And for me, I do play that comparison game, and I have to work very, very hard not to do that now that I know how I'm wired, because it does not do me any good. So the comparison game for me is one of the little shadows that I have to fight, and shine that light on that shadow of, you know what? I know who I am. I know what I am good at. I know the things I need to improve on, and that is enough. And when you can dive into understanding things like that for yourself, I know that seems like now, okay, let me go back. Now I think it's talked about a lot more. Personal development is talked about a lot more. But before, it really wasn't. It kind of seemed a little strange. And maybe that was whoever was talking about it, but it's one of those weird taboo things. Like, I don't know. But things like working on yourself, like personal development, going to see a therapist, self-care, taking time for you, those are all things that are talked about a lot now and hopefully practiced, because it really is incredibly important for us to do those things. So let's go back to personal development. I feel like if you know me, you know I can get a little bit squirrely, and so that's what I just did. I squirreled. Personal development as a business owner will give you insight. And let me just use the Enneagram for example. You can insert whatever personal development tool you want, but I'm going to use the Enneagram as an example for myself. So I am an Enneagram 9 wing 1. Which, if you're not familiar, a 9 is a peacemaker. And I already knew that about myself before I dove into descriptions. But the peacemaker doesn't want to have internal or external conflict. And so when I found that out and started doing a little bit deeper dive, I realized that the reason why maybe I don't grow very fast on social media is because I choose not to post anything that could potentially be controversial, because I'm guarding myself. Not because I don't have an opinion. I'm happy to have one-on-one conversations with people, but I know for me that is just not something I'm probably going to do. If I do that, it would be out of character, and probably for a good reason. But I know that about me, and I know I'm not going to grow fast on social media, and I have to be okay with that. If I'm not okay with that, then I need to learn how to speak up a little bit differently, right? So because I realized that about myself, I could then set those expectations of like, gosh, I feel like I'm doing all of these things. I'm playing with the algorithm. I'm following the rules, and I'm doing all the things that I see all these other people doing, but I'm just not growing. Why are they? That was that voice. And I mean, there could be many different reasons, but I'm just going to choose to say it's because that's just me, and I'm okay with being me. So a lot of I'm not going to go down the whole rabbit hole of Enneagram, but let's just use type 3s or type 8s for example. Type 3s are the achievers, and they I could name some names of people that I know that are achievers, but they are like they're also the chameleons of the Enneagram. They're going to seem to know exactly what the steps are to do to be successful, and they are really good at it. And when you watch people like that on social media and try to then copy them or emulate that and it doesn't work for you, it's because you're not wired like that. And it might seem not second nature to you. It's second nature to them, but it's not second nature to you, which means you can do a couple of different things. And this is your choice because you are your business owner. You can learn a skill. You can learn the skill. You can refine things. You can learn more about you and how you see the world and what you are good at. And Kristen Boss talks a lot about this, so I'm going to say it real quick because I just said something where I was like, ooh, I know when people hear that, they're going to say, ooh, but I need someone to tell me what I'm good at. I don't know what I'm good at. Someone tell me what I'm good at. Please don't look to other people to give you that validation. You have everything that you need right now to be successful. You have to own that and trust your instincts. And I'm speaking to myself too, because there are times where, we all have our moments where it would be real nice if someone were just to tell me, Melissa, you are good at X, Y, and Z. And then I'd be like, oh, yay, let me go do all that. But that's not how it works. We should never count on other people to give us that validation, because then if no one's giving us that validation, then we feel like we are not good enough, and maybe we quit. And that's what I never want to see that for anybody. We need to know that we are enough, that we have everything we need right here, and we have that beautiful ability to be able to hone in on skills that maybe we just need to refine and get better at. But personal development is going to help you stop the spiral, stop the mental spiral. It's going to give you insight in how you view the world versus maybe other people. I mean, I think watching what other people that are successful, what they're doing is a good insight for us, but it's not something that we should be doing specifically. And please know, like, I just happened to scroll down Petra's, like, I unfollowed a bunch of people. Please know the unfollow button can be your very best tool. If there are people that are in your feed that are not bringing you joy, when you see their stuff and it just makes you feel cringy inside, don't watch that, because you don't need that. But personal development, let me go back to that, is going to stop the mental spiral, give you more insight. It's going to help you learn how to market yourself that's unique and specific to you. And that's what we want. We want things to be unique and specific to us. We want our voice to be unique and specific, our stories to be unique and specific, our graphics, our branding, all of the things that make us business owners. It has to be us. And when we don't understand who we are, it's hard for us to be that unique and specific, beautiful thing that we are. I know I am going squirrely, but a lot of times when people are not confident in who they are or have that insight in how they view the world, they are going to look at people to tell them who they are. And that is dangerous for a lot of reasons that I already said before. Because when you're not continually getting it from that person or people, is bad. It's bad. And that's why we as business owners get to own our businesses, and we get to own ourselves. And when you develop yourself on that deeper level, it is so freeing. It is so incredible. And I just want to encourage those of you that are struggling with maybe that, to dive into the Enneagram or the DISC assessment or the colors. I love the Enneagram for the reasons I said at the beginning. It is a deeper message. It's a deeper truth. It is not the be all end all. Please know that I am not like that. I did love it so much that I did become a certified Enneagram coach years ago. I don't do that anymore, but I wanted to utilize it to be able to help other people and myself learn how to be a better business person. And when you're confident in who you are and can get your message out well, everything changes. And so that's all I want to say. I know it was a little squirrely, and I apologize for the whole squirreliness. I get very passionate, and so sometimes I notice that I don't stay on track. But personal development is to me, one of the secret tools to success as a business owner. And I'm going to encourage all of you out there to go take your Enneagram. I would love to see that. Like, maybe put in the comments if you know what your dominant Enneagram number is and what your wing is. Put it in the comments because I want to see that. Yeah, and we can definitely have discussions down the road about personal development even more. But in my opinion, when you know who you are and you're confident in that, then everything in your business changes. Your joy is found, your marketing is beautiful, your copy is beautiful because it's you. And that is beautiful. So, okay. Thanks guys for coming to my rambling show here. Oh, now I'm getting squirrely because I'm seeing people post in the comments what their Enneagram numbers are. Yeah. Anyway, it's a fantastic tool. There's free sources. Okay, I'm gonna end on this. There are free Enneagram tests out there, and there are ones that you pay for. My favorite one is from the Enneagram Institute. It's the RHETI, RHETI. It does cost a little bit of money. To me, it's well worth it. Yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.